Well, hello. This is a little bit different, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little weirded out. Today, I will be recording by myself, and this is Extra Poison. So, I know Mom and Aunt Tracy have released a couple episodes, and we've talked about some pretty awesome topics, anywhere from cannibalism to witches. But today, I'm gonna dive a little deeper into myself. Some people may know this story, but most of you probably don't. And this story takes place all the way back to 2003. I know, long-ass time ago, right? I was a baby. Baby. We're living in Orfordville, Wisconsin, okay? Now, we lived in this apartment, and it was a really cool apartment, and my mom might have to get on here and tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it used to be like a doctor's office or a train track or something. Like, it had a lot of history in this place. And I remember that we lived up on the second floor, and it was me, my mom, my grandma, and my Uncle Wesley. And we all lived in this little apartment. It was cute, though. It wasn't, like, ratchet, you know? It was cute. Now, I'm sure my mom will get on here someday, and she might tell stories from this place, but this place was haunted AF, okay? And how I know it was because even now, as a 22-year-old, I have my first memories ever in life from this apartment, which people may think, oh, bullshit, you know? And, you know, that's your opinion. It's all right. But this story was real to me. Anyways, this happened to me. So back then, I used to have this little bedroom, and I remember that there was a little crib. And on my crib, I had like the super epic, every 2000s baby had. And it was like that little water aquarium with all the little fishes in it, and you would turn it on and it would sing music and all these fishes would bob around. Super awesome, right? So I remember I had that, and I would be in my bed at nighttime, and my room was like pitch black besides that little aquarium light up toy. And the light from the hallway would be open into the bedroom. So I would sit there and I'd think to myself, you know, little baby Kailie, this is pretty awesome. I'm gonna go to sleep. It's pretty peaceful down here. I wasn't aware of the other weird, wicked shit going on in the house until many, many years later. So the first memory, and the only memory that I really have, is this one particular night. Now, if you know anything about my grandma T, she is a woman with some big-ass poofy hair, and with not a lot of light, you know, you could mistake her for a witch. I love you. So I'm laying in my crib, and the light from the hallway starts to creep open, and I see it come into the bedroom, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's my mom. Maybe it's my grandma. You know, I don't think anything of it. I'm a baby. Who the fuck, you know, whatever. So I see this figure. It starts to come closer to me. It looks like Grandma T. There's big, poofy, long hair. Curly, poofy hair. And it comes closer and closer. And finally, when the light from my aquarium toy hits its face, it is in fact not my fucking grandmother. No, this witch had a long-ass, creepy, sharp nose, sharp chin, scary, dark, sunken eyes, very wrinkly skin, long fingers, long nails. I remember her nails going just like, ugh, onto the crib. And I'm sitting there, and I'm instantly filled with fear, but I couldn't cry, I couldn't make any noise, I couldn't do anything. I just was staring at whatever this was. And then the rest of the memory is just her leaning over my crib, picking me up, and then my memory ends. It's done. So you may think, oh, this story ends here. No, I'm haunted by this lady. I don't even know what name to give her. I don't know. A couple of years later, we move to Iowa, and I start living with my grandparents. This time, I'm like 7 or 8, so I'm much, much older at this age. And this was the last and second memory I have of this witch, this ghost, this entity, whatever it is. I don't really know. At my grandparents' house, I went to bed. And it's so hard to know what was really happening with this memory now as an adult, because then I couldn't remember if it was a dream or if this was really happening. So she comes into my room. Same kind of situation. My bedroom at that time was pitch black. The TV was off. The only light shining into my bedroom was from the hallway. The door creaks open. The light shines in. And the figure walks in as well. Who is it? Bitch, not your grandma. No, it's a fucking witch. Or something. I don't know what it is, okay? It's just scary. And in this memory that I have, it was much more intense. She comes to me, she picks me up, she carries me up the stairs in my grandparents' house. She goes and she sits with me on the couch I'm terrified, but I'm so paralyzed with my own fear. I can't move, I can't scream, I can't do anything. She sits down on the couch with me, and she's looking down on me, and she's smiling like this disgusting smile. It's eerie smile, right? And all of a sudden, I just go flying backwards. It's like she tips me upside down. And I just go flying down this fucking tunnel of just nothing. But you know when you have those dreams and it feels like your stomach is falling to your fucking ass? Like it's falling into your chest. You can't breathe. You feel like you're falling down a flight of fucking buildings, you know? That's exactly the same feeling that I had. And then that's it. That's all I got. That's exactly what happened. Now I'm 22 years old and I haven't had any more encounters with my witch, but I'm kind of concerned that now that I've talked about her, I might see her again. I don't know. What do you guys out there in podcast land think? I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I want to know your thoughts on this. I want to know if anyone else out there listening to this story has had any other experiences like this, or have you had any experiences with the same lady? Because she's kind of fucking scary, dude. Now as an adult, I feel like if I see her, I don't know how I'd react. I think I'd be a lot more confrontational. I'd like to think that. But you know, something that scares you as a kid might still instill that same kind of childlike fear as an adult. So, I guess only time will tell. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. You've been extra poisoned, my friends.